After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 340. Today is Saturday, January 19th, 2019. As we are recording, I am Marlecia, also known as Lady Fernico, and this is the birthday girl, Taya, also known as Franciscan Gypsy. And so she's now older than dirt.
Older than dirt.
Older than dirt.
I'm having my birthday cake. We're having birthday cake.
Birthday cake.
This will be talked about more in acquisitions, but...
Yeah, we apologize, but Taya wanted to do this on the podcast. Ooh, it's white. White chocolate.
And it's Godiva. Belgium, 1926 birthday cake truffle.
It's very sweet.
Well, it's birthday cake.
I wish... Oh, it's almost just like a cheesecake.
That's a good description.
It's got that feel of a cheesecake. This is Godiva birthday cake, so if you guys have a birthday coming up, and I know certain people in our group do, one of our moderators, who will remain nameless, I can't say it on the podcast because she'll hit me.
Oh. Because apparently I can't wait till after the podcast to figure out who it is.
She knows who she is. And I don't want to be hit by her. So, check this out if you can find it where you're at. Okay? It's really, really good. Godiva chocolate birthday cake flavor. Birthday cake truffle.
Yeah, birthday cake truffle.
Sorry about the crinkles. Actually, I like the crinkles.
I do too.
Okay, moving on from the birthday cake. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're glad that you are here for the fun in the Woman Cave. If you are new, we're glad to have you with us, and we hope that you will find something that you enjoy and that you stay with us. And if you are returning, we're always glad to see you back. If you are in the shadows, please feel free to join the YouTube channel. That little red button, the little subscribe button on your right. And,
You've been attacked.
Oops.
All of them have come there.
Okay, guys.
We gave them more space, and I think they've become more attacky.
There. Stay there. Okay.
Mom, you have a giant cat.
That's Selena, or whatever.
No, Selena's original cat. I don't know what you named yours.
I think that's Katniss. Or catnip. Anyway, if you are in the shadows...
She's the troublemaker. She keeps who's attacking me?
If you are in the shadows, please do feel free to join us on the YouTube channel and in the Ravelry group, Pen, Hook, and Needles on Ravelry. That's where all the giveaways and alongs and all the camaraderie is, for the most part. And definitely all the alongs and things. If you want to be eligible for prizes, that's where you have to be.
This is not my fault.
Okay. Apparently, she needs the spotlight.
Okay, let's put animals on top of her. She's not sitting on your poor bat's head.
Okay, there. Now, okay, now that I'm completely discombobulated, moving on.
You can't blame me this time.
Okay, we have to do our tea, and we are really happy to have you all back, okay? Just please feel free to join the group, okay? All right. In my... Well, who goes first today?
How many products do you have?
8, I think. 2, 4, 6, 8.
I have 7. Yay,
Okay.
I get to go last to my birthday.
All right. This is what my daughter's head looks like. For those of you who have not been here, this is an oboe. And if you watch us for any length of time, you know what that means. This is Plum Deluxe Tea, Brunch in Paris Black Tea. Transport yourself to a dreamy place in one sip. Black tea, honeybush tea, cocoa nibs, Orange Pieces, Orange Essence. Okay. Where's my love and gratitude, Andy?
No love and gratitude for you.
My love and gratitude. He always puts love and gratitude in. Okay. And Plum Deluxe is awesome. And this is not a paid for advertisement. Okay, let's see what this tastes like. I've had it before. It's very good. Oh, that's really good, especially after that very sweet cake, candy thing.
Oh, okay. You can stay here, buddy.
I have to rearrange them when we're done today. You hardly took any. How can you taste it? You've had this before, haven't you?
I have, but it's been a long time.
I really like this.
I'm not tasting it really, but I think that's because I'm very congested today.
Didn't you take your Claritin?
I did. It's just that some days I'm just quite congested.
Yeah. I did not take my Claritin. I haven't taken it for the last 3 or 4 days. I'm trying to give myself a little bit of a rest if I can. Okay.
And
So,
my tea.
yes.
I have Plum Deluxe as well. And this one actually belongs in acquisitions as well. I picked up a bunch of dessert teas. This is Vanilla Sugar Cookie Dessert Tea.
And this is one I wanted to have, but the last time I tried that, it was a store-bought, just a normal, everyday brand. I didn't like it, so I'm going to try this. I'm sure I will love it. And then
Because it's Andes.
Because it's
Yeah.
Andes.
It says light, sweet, and spice, full of love. It's got green rubios, cinnamon chips, blackberry leaf, ginger root, fennel seeds, vanilla essences, love, gratitude, no caffeine.
I want to know why you got love and gratitude.
Because
it's your birthday.
I'm loved.
Andy's a good sport. He can take a hit.
And this is in my This Is What My Head Looks Like mug.
And we're so tickled that people are going over to Plum Deluxe. It makes us happy.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah? It looks like caramel. Oh, it smells good.
I can't smell it. I'm sure I'm not getting the full taste.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
I think we're tasting the cinnamon.
Yeah, maybe. Sugar cookies don't have cinnamon.
I think sometimes they do.
I've never made sugar cookies with cinnamon in them. Not plain sugar cookies.
Oh, talk to Andy about it.
Well, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I've never had cinnamon cookies.
So you've never had cinnamon cookies?
Cinnamon cookies, yes. All right. Anyway, okay. So that's our tea. I want to do our upcoming and other groups. There's the Creature Feature Cal Lau, which is Crocheting Hoovian and her Crocheting Hoovian podcast. That's Laura Concert. And Dogfire Woman, who is the Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal podcast, and that's Deborah. So they are doing that jointly. It's a year-long Cal Lau, and it's different creatures at during different quarters of the year. So you just have to check and see what they're doing. The rules are in both of their groups. They're both podcast groups, and they're very good. And before I get started, I'm going to say that the disclaimer here, as we always do, any podcast that we mention, normally we like the podcast, we like the alongs, and they're worth watching if you want to check them out. Okay, Deborah's new to me, but I have watched a couple, and as I've said per the comment of the Pips last time, she's a Pip, and no, Sue, it is not a bad thing, okay? It is it's exactly what one of the people said. It's someone who's, just kind of exuberant and all that kind of stuff, so kind of unusual or whatever. It makes me happy.
I'm glad that I think it was Vani who really enjoyed me making a reference. No, maybe it was Renna who really enjoyed the reference to Gladys Knight.
It was Renna.
It was Renna because she knew to spat out her tea.
Yeah, it was Renna. I told her she should have a different tea if she's going to be doing spitting out of tea. Don't waste your tea on that.
Isn't that how wine testers test wine?
Yeah, they kind of swish it around
in their mouth
and
then they spit it out.
I think so. I'm not a connoisseur. I think they do, or they just take a little bit and they swish it and then they have water or something. I don't know.
I thought they spit it out.
Anyway, so this one...
The idea being they don't imbibe so they don't actually get drunk, I guess?
This one is a year-long Cal Lau, and it's got this quarter, I think, is sea creatures. But you can put anything in. It's just I think that sea creatures get an extra chance at a prize. Check it out if you're interested in that. Now, moving on to Deborah's group, the Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal podcast. She's got I like big shawls and I cannot lie, the Farmer's Almanac Make-Along. I mentioned the creature feature with Laura. And there was something else, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, Get Her Done, I think is what it's called. If you have a kit, oh, I did say that one. The one I forgot is the one making things that you've never done before. That's what it was. And I keep forgetting to put it in here. So she's got a whole bunch of things going on. I think they're all a year long. So you might want to check those out if you're looking for a place to put in your projects that fit. From what I understand, she's very friendly to having double and triple dips as long as they fit the rules. Okay? So check that out. And then in Brittany, who is B-Wing, her group is Comforting Crafts, and she's got 2019 What Are You Reading, 2019 Hats, which I believe is 19 hats in 2019. She has 52 dishcloths in 2019 and color work in 2019. So you might want to check all those out. She's a lot of fun over there. And then Vani has 19 of what I understand. I think she said it's 19 of whatever.
That's what I think
in 2019.
Yeah, so like whatever you're. I guess you just have to make an argument that it's all the same. Whatever.
That's all the same, for lack of a better term, genre. 19 bookmarks, 19 hats, 19
I wonder
toys.
if you can make an argument for 19 of a certain technique.
Yeah, ask her. 19 color work, 19 loom knit. Ask her. I mean, she's very accessible and she's very sweet, so that's not a problem. She does not have a podcast, but the group is a lot of fun. Okay? And then Never Cast Off podcast is back on the boards. They are going to try to podcast every 2 weeks. I think I finally finished their first episode. They have episode 1 up again, but they have been podcasting for a long time. They just had a little bit of a hiatus where Debbie did some, and then they kind of had a big break. So they're back, and they're going to be shooting They're back. So they are, I think they're going to have their Stash Buster again, but they have a lot of things planned from what I understand, if I remember correctly from listening to the podcast. So you might want to check them out again. That's the Never Cast Off podcast, and that's Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie, and Sheila, who is, oh, I'm sorry, Sheila, I just completely lost it.
Blue Yarn Always?
Blue Yarn Always, yeah. I'm sorry, I completely lost it. So that's them. Let me put down
I can't believe I remembered.
Deb's Destiny.
Good job, me.
And Blue Yarn Always.
You did a very good job remembering.
Okay. All right. Now, I think that's all I want to mention about that. So we're going to go into our Tea and Tails. Okay. Tea and Tails is going strong. And it's started January 1st, and it will go through the end of this year. So that's December 31st of 2019. I can't believe we're doing a second one of this already. It just seems like we started the first one. So this is back by popular demand. We're really glad that you guys liked it. And the projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted. Previous whips are allowed for this particular along, but they must reflect the theme, tea and or tails. Okay, could be either one or both. Chatter and pictures are in the same thread, and one whip per project per week, the FO whenever it's finished. And one thing that came up during the course of the last couple of weeks was the fact that some of the projects are very small. So what we decided was, because the end of year prize is such a good size prize, we are going to ask that anything below 50 yards be added on to another prize, so that there's at least 50 yards used for that particular entry. Okay? Don't worry if you are before my post that talks about that. I think it's like post 325 or something like that. I grandfathered it because you didn't know. Okay, it was my oversight and Talia's oversight. We didn't let you know.
I don't oversight anything. I
So,
don't oversee anything.
So now just make sure that when you post the entry, if it's less than 50 yards, please post something else with it to have a chance for the prize. It can be 2 little tiny things, or it can be, as long as they're 50 yards or more, or it can be a little one added on to a bigger prize, a bigger project.
You're sitting at your bat's head.
As always, we have featured patterns and featured yarns. Franciscan Gypsy Designs, FOs. Joanna Johnson, FOs. Mom Cook, FOs. Crocheting Hoovian, FOs. And Vani, Studio Mom Designs, FOs. And I don't know what her name is for her patterns, but you can check that out.
Isn't it just under her name?
I think it is Bonnie Luce.
Yeah.
So if you have FOs that can be related to T and or tails in any of those designers, you get 2 chances at a prize. If you have an FO in my yarn that is related to those T and or tails, it's also eligible for 2 chances at a prize. And if my yarn is coupled with one of those featured patterns for the FO, you get 3 chances at a prize, but you are responsible for multiple postings. That's pretty much par for the course. And I feel like there's another person that we had, but I can't remember who it was last year.
I have no brain.
I couldn't find it either when I was looking for it.
Did you mention Joanna Johnson?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't listening.
Yes. Now, let me see here. We are still gathering our prizes, but as always, there's going to be a Plum Deluxe package for 2 of the quarters. I believe it's the second. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the first and the third quarters. I thought it was the second and the fourth. Anyway, we're still working on putting where that is.
I thought you usually did second and fourth.
I think it's second and fourth. I just have it written here because Rena got it this last time around for the quarter. So it's the second and the fourth quarter that get the Plum Deluxe prizes. And Mom Cook very, very generously donated a loom knit pattern for each quarter. So that's really exciting.
I think it's funny. If Rena continues winning Plum Deluxe, the hint might be that she needs to start buying Plum Deluxe.
Yes, I think she needs to get a subscription.
If she keeps winning, I think that it's like a message to her.
It's a sign.
It's a sign. Thank you. That's what.
So we have, and we're still working on the quarter prizes, but I have some things lined up. But right now, the Plum Deluxe, there'll be two prizes for those second and fourth quarter. And then we also have Mom Cook prizes, 1 for each quarter. So that's really exciting. And then the big prizes are already starting to come in. I want to show you, this is acquisitions. This was from Mama C, who is Christina. We're very grateful for this. She sent us 2 of these. Okay, so keep this in mind. This one, this is a soft blank. Okay, and I think it's the kind that you can do 2 at a time with.
I think most soft blanks are.
Not all of them are, but
okay. I don't know. I don't use soft blanks.
This is 384 yards, sock yarn. They said, where does a scarf or knit with it? So this will be part of the big giveaway for Tea and Tails. And then the other one is for the toy along, I think. Let me see if I can catch the note here. Not the toy along. Ready, Set, Go. Ready, Set, Go.
I wouldn't even caught it.
Yeah, Ready, Set, Go. One is for the Ready, Set, Go, and one is for the big prize in the Tea and Tails. So she sent us 2 of those. That's really exciting, and we're really happy to have that. This, okay? There are 2 of them.
Are they the same color?
Yes. I don't know what the color is. It's kind of a... It makes me... Well, no, wait a minute. They're not the same color. Huh. I didn't realize that the first... One is... Red, white, blue, kind of like Captain America.
And purple.
Something like, you know, superhero-y.
If Cap got black and purple mixed in everything.
He got a bruise.
Okay, he could have gotten a bruise.
Okay, so this is...
The bruised Captain America.
We'll call it superhero, and this one's
Autumn. No, that one's bruised Captain America.
Bruised Captain America, and this is Autumn. So, all right.
I mean, I guess it could be Cap and Hawkeye, but I think the...
Ooh, that's good, too, Cap and Hawkeye. All right, put this in here. All right, moving on. Let's see, the Ready, Set, Go. I'm not going to go through all the rules for the Ready, Set, Go, okay? I'm just going to say that, first of all, we have a great co-host for this. That's Lorraine. She is L&S Crafts, and she has a podcast, so of course you know that we like her podcast, and suggest you take a look if you'd like to. She's from England, and I like listening to her. Her accent's very soothing. And then, it runs January 1st through March 31st of this year. Now, the thing that's different for this one is we do not allow, in our group, previous whips for this. This is when we start all the things. And, of course, you're allowed to show your whips as you go along, but the project must have started January 1st, okay, or later. In January, and this is also for this along only, in January, you can put frogged projects, Okay, because in order to start things, sometimes you need to frog things so you have needles and stuff and yarn. So, okay, so that you can frog. You can visit the frog pond all this month. All right, so you have another 2 weeks to visit the frog pond and still have it count. But you have to make sure that you show a picture of the project before you ripped it out, and then the yarn by itself. You know, you just ripped out the yarn. Okay, you have it all balled up or whatever. Okay, and then let's see here. Basically, this is all the same. This one also, I did mention on this one that 50 yards or more for each project, okay, for these. It's January, you know, this first along and the tea and tails, always 50 yards or more for one entry, okay? The prizes will be announced later on. I do have some, but we will show them to you when I get a little more organized so I can show them to you. Right now, they're kind of all over the place, so... And we do have a biscuit hat pattern donation from Lorraine, who's on this craft. So we really appreciate that. That's her. I think that's her first hat pattern, so it's exciting. It's really cute.
Is it her first pattern period or just her first hat pattern?
I'm not sure, but I think it is. I know she's done patterns before, but I think it's the first one she's put on Ravelry.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. If you... Okay, the hashtags for this one is... PHN Ready Set Go 2019 and hashtag PHN Ready Set Go 2019 on Instagram. That's for us. Lorraine has something different for hers, but you can check her out. Tea and Tails is PHN TNT 2019 and hashtag PHN TNT 2019. Because doing the Tea and Tails, writing it out, I kept forgetting the extra A, and I figured other people did too. So we changed that. Okay.
By we, you mean you?
What?
Nothing.
Okay. As usual, featured patterns and featured yarns. My yarn, Taya's patterns. Stop it. Oboe head. Taya's patterns, Laura's patterns, Bonnie's patterns, if they fit the theme, and my yarn. 2 chances at a prize for the FO, and a 3 if they are all together. Okay, you're responsible for the multiple postings. End of public service announcement. Okay. All right. We're moving into rough drafts unless you have something to say.
No. This tea is excellent.
Yes, I want more tea. I haven't had any tea.
I've got an owl on one side and a bunny on the other. That's where they landed.
Very apropos. Okay.
When we send texts, Mom always signs hers with an owl, and I sign mine with a bunny.
Yep.
Because...
Sometimes we just get an owl or bunny.
Yeah.
One time I sent her a pig snout.
Why did you send me a pig snout?
I didn't mean to. I didn't even see until after. I meant to put bunny, bunny, bunny. I guess the pig must have been, or owl or something. You know how I do sometimes, like bunnies and owls, and then a angel or something, or turtle or something. And I must have just hit it by accident. And I'm like...
Every once in a while she'll send something random, like a pig snout
an
or an apple. I'm like, why did you send me an apple? Why did you send me a pig snout?
The apple was for the owl. It was hungry.
Okay. I don't think owls eat apples.
I think owls eat everything. I think they're omnivorous.
I thought they were carnivorous.
I think they're omnivorous.
I think they're carnivorous.
I know they eat meat, but I think they're...
I think they only eat meat, Mom.
I don't think so. I think they eat
I think they
meat.
do.
I don't know. We'll have to see. I think it depends on the owl.
I think most of them only... I really do think they only eat meat.
I'm pretty sure they're omnivorous, but I'm not sure. I don't remember, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. But, all right.
Bunnies are vegetarians.
What?
Bunnies are vegetarians.
But they're good to eat.
Oh, there's your bunny.
And they're cute bunnies. All right, let me see here. I guess I go first.
Yeah, because you have more projects.
Okay. I didn't do a whole lot on this, but I did do a little. This is my Kikiboo Holiday Owls bag. And this is the Sherbet Toddler Hat Project. And this is the Cindy Wood loom with a 1/2" gauge. And I love this print in Sherbet Stripe colorway. And this is probably for charity. The only thing I don't like about this loom is that I can't get my yarn around this. I keep saying I'm going to pull it out. And I thank both Mom Cook and Beth for their suggestions about putting it on the table or holding it against your stomach or whatever. So, but I haven't done a whole lot, just a little bit, but I do have another row or 2 on here. Doesn't look like it's made much progress at all. But when I went to the hairdresser this time, I didn't have as much time to work on things because I got there like right on time. And the dentist, no, it was the dentist that I couldn't do a lot because... I
was going to say, I didn't think you had a
Yeah,
hair
I went to the
appointment.
dentist. The dentist, I got there right on time, so I got to do like a row and that was it. So, that's that. Your turn.
And I probably should not have started this row. So I'm going to stall while I'm finishing it. I'm going to talk about my needles. I am using, I think these are Hayahayas. Yeah, these are
Yeah, you said
Hayahayas.
you got Hayahayas.
I
don't like that cord.
I really don't like this cord. It's really twisty. Now I do like this, it has a twist thing.
Twist thing.
Where it'll twirl without the cord moving.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
That's cool.
Is it, but they're
I think there might be high twist or whatever.
But are they, interchangeables?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I was saying, when they do that with the interchangeables, if that does that, normally my needle falls off.
No, this is not an interchangeable, I'm pretty sure. I think...
I can say I have never used a Hayahaya.
Yeah, these are not interchangeables. I think that they, no, well, they might be interchangeables, I can't remember. But this is actually made...
To twist?
To twist. Where your cord stays in place. I remember when I picked it up. That was the interesting thing.
I remember hearing about Hayahaya twist, but I've never used Hayahaya of any kind.
Yeah,
They don't look like they're very sharp.
Well, they're sharp enough for this purpose.
Are they?
Yeah. They're not as sharp as Chalgoos.
I love my Chalgoos.
And Chalgoos are my favorite. Yeah, you see, it turns separate of the cable.
That's interesting.
So your cable's not constantly turning whenever you
Huh.
move your needles. Now, the thing is, the cable is awful. I needed to free up needles for another project, which is why I moved what I had in this project out. And this is the one I thought that the cable would annoy me the least in.
Are you going to talk about that project?
Yes.
Then, or? Okay.
So, in my, well, this is in 2 bags. When I go out and about, I've been using this to set on my lap at work, because work fluctuates between really hot and really cold. Now, granted, I fluctuate between really hot and really cold as well. But I wanted something to have on my lap while I'm making phone calls to insurance companies, because I tend to get really cold when I'm doing that. And I don't always want to put more layers up here. Right. Sometimes putting something on my lap is enough. So I carry it to work in this bag, and this has all my extra colors in here. What happened to that skein you rolled up? You never did give it? Oh.
Wait.
So this is my little scraps bag.
Completely forgot about it. That's Numeria.
There you go.
Hope that's enough.
If not, I'll add something else onto it.
Acquisition.
Yes. Acquisition. So this is all my scraps. Plus I have a whole bucket full of scraps too. But these are the ones that are currently in play. And then I got tired of whatever one was active getting tangled up in the others. So I put the active one in this bag. Which is a Silver Shed USA. It's my Snoopy and Autumn bag.
My bag is still up there holding my the little tiny looms, or else my picks. I forget which is up there.
And this is my mitered square Afghan. And I finished this square.
Is that the chili miter square Afghan? Or?
Yeah, I think so. Just a little chili miter square Afghan. I need to make one for work, because this one will still stay at home. This will be for like football games and watching TV and stuff like that. But I'll probably make one specifically for work.
Right. We'll be watching football this weekend.
Because my my log cabin blanket, little lap blanket thing is for when I'm driving and I'm cold.
Okay.
Because it's not very long. So I finished this square here, and you guys remember this yarn from Davina's hat.
Yeah, very pretty.
So only, got about, I guess between the two it ended up being about a full row.
Okay.
I mean a full square.
Very cool.
But it's not like I get a lot of work done on it at work, because I'm, I don't know, actually working. Well, even when I'm waiting for insurance companies, I don't get a whole lot of the knitting done. It really does just sit on my lap for the most part.
Okay, this one is one of the ones I've really just felt like working on, because I'm so close to finishing it. I think. In my Ploverbird pink and purple teacups bag, tea bag, whatever. This is the large. Is my Sherwood Shawl project from the TGV High Speed Knitting pattern by Susan Ashcroft. So you can see that it may not look like it's grown a lot, but it really has. There's a lot of ribbing that I did. You see the ribbing there on the bottom? It's kind of hard.
It's going to be ribbing heavy, which is awesome.
Yeah. Can you see this? It's curling up on me. I can't.
No, they can see it, Mom.
You see that?
Yeah, they can see
the ribbing. I really love the yarn with this pattern because it's a simple pattern. It made it a little difficult when I first started the ribbing, but once I started the ribbing, it was okay because it's variegated like that. But I have this much yarn left. Ty thinks I might have a couple more rows at least.
I think so, at least.
I think, you know, this is a worsted, I believe, so I might have 2, 3, maybe even 4 rows, which would be nice, plus the bind off. If I can get, it'd be nice if I could have at least double the ribbing. Because she has quite a big ribbing, and I may have just misweighed it. But I wouldn't mind doing this again in a solid or something.
Right.
It would be really pretty, or a tonal. It would be really pretty to have the ribbing really pop. But this is going to be really pretty as well. And I think it will block very nicely. I do have a question, and I may have asked this last week, I don't remember. How do you block something that's not superwash? I don't want to felt it. Do I just do what I normally do and put it?
I think you do what you normally do.
Or do I have to spray block it, or what do I do with it? You know, I do want to get the maximum blocking out of it that I can.
I think if you're going to actually want to stretch it and stuff, you're going to want to
wet block it.
Wet block it, because spray blocking, you're not going to get much stretch out of it.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how you spray it. My concern is when I do the...
Well, you just pat it down gently.
Yeah. So anyway, that's that. And for that one, I'm using US 10.5 knit pick circs. I thought I changed to Chalgoose. They don't look like knit picks.
Yeah, I almost went through my knit picks, and I was like, no, I'm too lazy to go and find my knit picks. I'm going to go and use my Chalgo. I mean, my, I love my Chalgo. I'm going to use my Hi-Hias.
Yeah, these are Chalgoose.
At least the Hi-Hias, like the Chalgoose, mark on their needles with the sizes.
Right.
And knit picks does not, and I didn't feel like getting a needle gauge out.
And I don't know why they don't. I mean, I know that there's a set of yarns.
Annoying.
I don't know if it's Knitter's Pride that is put out by the same people, from what I understand. They have like colored for each size. So you know, if you have a green,
that's nice.
Yeah, if it's green, it's this. If it's red, it's that.
I actually like that.
I like that idea, but I don't want wood needles.
Right.
You know,
no, I don't like wood needles.
If they can make metal needles like that, that would be fine. Okay.
So it is my turn. Let's see which one I want to talk about now. Well, yeah, it'll be this one. So, in my Star Knits, I'm just pulling up. Yeah, because I talked about that one. So, in my Star Knits R2 bag is a Diana's hat. And this is...
That's turning out pretty.
Thank you. I can never remember. I know it has you in it.
Tempting You.
Tempting You. Good job, Mom. Tempting You yarns. Rainbow's End. Tempting You so DK and sparkly.
I wish there was a way we could tag them because they really are good.
They really are. And I look forward to seeing them at Shenandoah.
Yes.
I will be very disappointed if they aren't there.
Yeah, they better be there. As Dorina says, they better be there. Hopefully by that time I'll have the woodland shawl done in their yarn. I can wear it.
Davina has already been informed this is not her hat. She got the first one out of their yarn. She doesn't get this one too.
She keeps saying, it's really pretty.
Yeah, and then she'll ask, and it's like expectant, like she expects it's hers. I think she keeps forgetting it's not hers, because I do knit a lot of hats for her, and usually if it's sparkly, it's hers. I wanted this sparkly for me. Darn it.
Sparkle, sparkle.
So I picked this up with me in mind.
Joanna Johnson was very impressed that you did so many hats. And she told me to go ahead and remember to post the scarf when I finished. She's doing a scarf. I don't know if she's making a new pattern or she's
Where did you talk to her about that?
on Etsy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So,
She's very sweet.
yes, she is. I really like how that's working out. And this is where a lot of people have a sock as their purse project, as just, oh, I can easily pick it up when I'm just somewhere out and about. This is my purse project. Just doesn't require any focus whatsoever. I all but have this pattern memorized. I at least have a definite feel for where I'm at in the pattern at any given time, because I made so many of them. And yeah, it's just a very relaxing knit. I made it in multiple weights. I would be willing to bet that I am probably one of the people who's made the most Diana hats. But that's probably not going to change anytime soon, because I'm going to continue. I keep replacing. I finish a Diana's hat and replace it with another Diana's hat.
Right.
I always have one on the go. So
Very cool.
there's that. Yes. And
Very pretty. Cosmos, that's what it should be. The Cosmos. Okay. Whatever it is, it's beautiful.
it is beautiful.
Even if we don't quite agree with the name.
It looks kind of spacey, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's just pretty.
It
really
is very pretty.
Whatever you want to call it, it's pretty. Okay. My next one is in my purple crochet Hoovian bag. I think this is the medium. And this is another one that I really wanted to work on. And I did a lot of this. Not quite finished, but I'm almost there. This is my monkey bag. So you can see I've got the bag itself is finished. You can see this is threaded in. I've already got it pinned. I'm just trying to figure out how it's going to close if I do what they tell me to do. I guess you just kind of pull it like that.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what you do.
So
You're very close.
I'm really close to finishing this.
I was quite sure you would have it done. Things happen. Distractions happen.
I had to do certain things for a certain person's birthday.
Ooh, I don't know who that person would be.
Don't know. So I'm hoping that this one will be finished. This is made out of cotton. I love this cotton, which is very soft. And I think this will be nice. This is not a hard project. I did get distracted. It's a little bit taller than it would have been. I had added on 3 or 4 rows, I think it was, because I didn't see where we had to put these holes in, and so there was no place to put the strap. And so I just, rather than take it all out, I just undid
A longer bag doesn't hurt anybody.
No, and it's not that much longer. I mean, it was
Yeah.
single crochet. It's just a little bit longer. So I have to, there are ends in here that kind of need to be woven in, but other than that, I'd say this is about 95% done. And that's that.
Is that all you have to say about that?
All I have to say about that.
Okay, so let me get a sip of tea. So, I guess the next one I'll talk about is one that really was barely worked. I did a row. This is in my Mama C tutor bag. I needed to free up size 7 needles. And, okay, so this is going to sound really weird. This project had size 7 needles in it, but they were on interchangeables. I needed the needle tips from this. And this project had the cable I needed, but a different needle size. So I put the high needles on this so I could get the cable from this project. I got a hat size of needles, or a hat length of cable. It was a fixed hat size cable, so it was 7 US 7s on a 16. So I knit the US 7s on the 16s into this project, took the tips from this project, put it on the cables for this project, and started a new project.
I think they got it, even though you're confusing.
So
Yeah,
you're not going to really be able to see.
That's why I couldn't get 7s for mine, because all my 7s, I think, are 16-inch for hats, because I make so many hats.
So, although I make a whole lot more hats and knitted-wise. And
No, you just make more Diana's hats, and you keep going over and over. I've got more hats going on the needles. I've got Laura's going. I've got...
Okay, yeah, I guess because I do them sequentially, I do more sequentially,
and I have,
but you have them staying.
Concurrently.
Yeah, okay. I would agree with that. So this is Mom's On the Forest Floor shawl. This is
pretty.
Ooh,
look how
it's called Peacock. I literally can't do any more knitting on it until I finish my black one, my Spanish Lady one, because I need the needles from that project in order to go any farther. So you aren't going to be able to see this very well.
I love it.
But it's got Yowza.
And Yowza is now listed when I put up Yowza for a new project.
It's now listed as DK.
DK. Mm-hmm.
But I went ahead and listed as Yowza the old one because I'm not sure if she got a different base.
Could be.
So I just continue.
It's still the same yardage. Right.
So, but I'm still listing it as the other. But this is Yowza. And the bright blue is Zing. This is... I want to say...
Because she always said it was a DK base. She always said it was... could use it for DK projects.
Mom, which one is this?
Which one? I can't see it.
You gave it to me.
Oh, that one. I don't remember because I didn't get a chance to use it.
Tara.
Oh, yeah, I did use it. I used it for a turtle.
Yeah, you gave it to me.
Well, I know I gave it to you, but I think I used it for a turtle, didn't I?
And maybe... And then this green... Because I don't think I have all the ball bands for all of these.
That was like Trust Me or Spruce or
I think it might be Trust Me. Yeah, it is. Found the band.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Those were all from my stash.
Yeah, because Mom wasn't getting anywhere fast with her...
the one I have.
The one you have. Where's mine? There it is.
Because I still have mine on the needles. It's just that I hadn't been able to work on it because my hands were so cranky at the time.
So... I had said, well, give me the yarn and I'll cast it on for you. Because at that point I had, well, I still have, the Spanish Lady. I have the yellow, blue, and green one. And then I started this one for Mom.
That's
So
pretty.
I forgot how fast these rows go when
they're small.
When they're small and, and aren't the size of the Spanish Lady.
When that's the size of Texas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
pretty.
So that's probably the last you'll see this until I finish the Spanish Lady. Because, well, I can't go any farther with it.
Okay. See, my next one is in my Ploverbird Mickey Mouse bag. And that's my Colorful Birds wrap. And you're going to see some reverse progress on this one. I pulled part of it out because I realized that there was a hole, and I didn't know how. It's almost like I had done.
There's a hole in your bucket.
Yeah. Okay. I think this is that Test yarn. Yeah, Test Designer yarn from. You can see that if you've been watching us for a while, you can see that I pulled back substantially because what happened was. I thought I did maybe a yarn over or something, but I couldn't find a way to drop down and fix it. It just didn't have a place to pull it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided, okay, I'm going to pull back, and I pulled back substantially, and then I just, started up again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I did 1 or 2 rows to get back where I was.
Well, sometimes, at least you enjoy the yarn to work on it.
I do enjoy the yarn.
So it just means you work on it that much longer.
Yeah, and I'm using US 9s for this. And this was a yarn that Talia got me for Mother's Day a couple of years ago, and it looked great in the skein. And once I got it,
a couple of years ago, I guess it was.
Yeah, and once I got it home, I had no idea what I was going to do with it. So this actually, and it looked even better when there was more of it. Actually, looks really pretty in this yarn because it's very simple. This is a very variegated yarn. I think it looks like stripes right now, but I think it's going to pool because it really doesn't have. You can see that it doesn't have very long color runs. So I think it's going to be extremely variegated, and I think this just plain stitch is going to be perfect for it. And the pattern itself is the Show Off Boomerang by April Klitsch. Okay.
I'm not quite sure why, but Klitsch is just a fun last name.
It is. And I should have mentioned her before because it is her pattern. She deserves to get notice for it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. It's a fun. I think it's a free pattern.
I do not know that.
Okay.
But you do tend to pick up a lot of free patterns, so I would not be surprised.
Well, I pick up a lot of free patterns, but I also pick up a lot of free patterns that were paid for free patterns that are on sale.
Let me just finish my decrease here.
What are you waiting for, you oboe head?
I just told you. I need to finish my decrease. That's what I'm waiting for.
What are you waiting for, you oboe head?
Doesn't pay attention.
You have to say something worth paying attention to.
Look at the sad bunny.
Come on, you're waiting and wait.
Okay, so, my next project, as I stall to get to the end of my row.
Because you can't just put it down.
No. It's 3 stitches. When you only have like 3 stitches.
No, 3 stitches are Michelle and Catherine, and I'm sorry.
Lindsay.
Lindsay, yes.
There we go.
There we go. And those of you who've been around a long time with us know that they used to have a podcast, and they were so much fun.
That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
It was right at the beginning. Right at the beginning.
Was it the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it's been a while.
Pretty much.
So, the next one I'm going to talk about will be, I actually only did a little work on this one. I feel like I have more projects than what I'm thinking of there. Let's see. I talked about that one. I talked about that. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Avalanche. Avalanche. Not to be confused with albatross.
In my Snoopy Christmas bag.
Snoopy, Snoopy.
This is only carries Christmas stockings. So I did some work on my Christmas stocking.
Very nice.
Not very much, a few rows.
A few rows, a little more here and there helps. Isn't that pretty? Can you imagine wearing that? It'd be very warm.
Well, you wouldn't wear this.
Well, someone who was Bigfoot might. Be very, very warm. Have to have a Bigfoot for that.
Yeah, so it's made a little bit of progress. I think I've probably got like that much or so to go, if not more.
I think it'd be more than that, don't you?
You're probably right.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to put, well, this much more or so to go of the chart.
Oh, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
And then there's another section where I put the name on it.
Right.
So,
is it cuffed?
I don't remember.
Well, you can show me later.
So, there we go so far.
I like that. It's pretty.
It is. And the nice thing is when it's done, it's only the one sock. You don't have to do a second sock.
Second sock
So
syndrome.
there's no second sock syndrome. I will probably have to use your second skein.
That's fine.
I'll probably have enough of the white.
Did I give it to you already?
No.
Okay.
But
Okay.
there is that. It got a little bit of love one evening after work. Then I started getting tired and wasn't able to focus on it anymore.
Right. Okay, my next one is in my Kikiboo Brown Teacups bag. Well, it's actually Teacups on a Brown Field bag. And this is my randomosity. I didn't do a whole lot on this. It's not going to be a lot of progress, but I did some. I've got a second row of lace and and then a row or two of, just plain knitting. Can you see the lace there?
Yes, they can. Yeah, they can.
Okay. I really like this yarn. It's very pretty. This is Cappy's yarn, the Yarn and I. And this is her fingering weight, sparkle base. And I'm going to see, she gave this to me. These are new colors. Check out her shop. She's got a whole bunch of stuff in there. She's the Yarn and I on Etsy, if you are looking for something. And this, she gave me I think it's 5 new colorways that she had. And if I don't have enough yardage for it, I will add my Quicksilver to it. These are the colors I'm using. I have to when I get finished with this one, I have to have Davina pick another one. But, see, I've got these colors to go with it. Kind of a peach, a light blue, a purpley blue peach, and then a purple to go with the pink. And then, gray would be a nice neutral, I think. Because I have the same base in my shop here. Okay. What's this? Oh, yeah, the stitch marker she gave me. I forgot about these. I should have used that for my other project. I might still use this for my other project if it'll fit on my needles.
Mm-hmm.
Think that'll fit on size 8s?
You don't need the stitch markers right now for
No, but she said I'll need 4 later on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this should fit on size 8s. I didn't read that far in the pattern.
Yeah.
I figured I'd figure it out as I went.
I usually don't read too far in the pattern, but for some reason I think I was looking at the notions.
So, who's attacking me? Oh, this is just your pillow. Okay. Then my Silver Shed USA PHN bag this is my Anne's Midnight Romance sweater. So this is the Anne sweater by Joanna Johnson. And I always have to find the ball band for this one because it's not a common yarn that we use. It's not even available for tagging on Ravelry.
Yeah, it's very...
Bella Sarah's Knitting Basket.
I think I still have some of mine that I did the Avalanche up there.
The colorway is Midnight Romance. It's alpaca. It's 80% Huacaya and 20% merino. And it's black with red sparkle.
And this is not superwash.
No, it's not.
I don't think she does superwash. I did find their website one time.
But this has gotten some love. You can see the sparkle a little bit better now.
They're pretty. It's hard to see. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. It's a little scratchy to work with, not because of the alpaca, but because of the sparkle. But I think it'll be very pretty when it's done.
And you won't be wearing it against your skin. So.
Right. And because it's not superwash, it shouldn't stretch overly much.
Right.
Which is...
So my shawl won't stretch very much?
I don't think it'll stretch quite the same way that a superwash will, because superwash is very... One of the attributes of it is that it can stretch a lot.
Just by the weight of the stuff.
It's not even the weight of it. It's the fact that it's something about, I guess, what is it? Superwash strips of the lanolin, I think. And I think once you strip that lanolin, it becomes more stretchy. I don't know. Ask a spinner.
Okay, Laura Smoot.
I'm regurgitating stuff that I may or may not have heard correctly.
We have just tagged Laura Smoot. You hear
the other one I think about when I think of that is Emily.
Emily who?
Black-haired Emily.
Fibertown. Fibertown.
Yes, I think of her puppy before I think of her name or podcast.
Hi, Emily. You should have said, we saw her at Shenandoah last year.
Well, puppy.
Puppy, Boston Terrier.
Yes. She would appreciate that I remember her because of her puppy.
She would appreciate that.
But hers wasn't Charlie. Hers was Alice?
Alice.
Because Charlie's was Limited Crochet. And why I remember the name of other people's puppies, I don't know.
So Emily, yes, we remember you because of Alice. That's not true. We remember you because of Alice, yes, but that's not completely true. We know who you are. I just couldn't place the name because she didn't use your Rav name.
Puppy.
Puppy's not her Rav name.
Alice.
Is Fibertown with R-E or E-R?
R-E.
But is that her Rav name as well? That way? Okay. I don't know. All right, Emily, you've been tagged as well.
Did you write it down?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And Alice, too.
I'll be sitting there going, why did she write Alice? Alice isn't her name.
And Alice is getting first billing, Emily. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. My next one is in, and if you don't know, she's fun. I don't know if she's still doing a podcast.
I don't know if she's still doing a podcast because she's doing a lot more sewing.
She's been doing a lot more sewing. She does a lot of stuff. She's very eclectic.
She is. But I think she's been doing a lot of focus on sewing clothes.
Yeah, she has been. Or at least she was for a while.
I mean, that's what I saw for her last Instagram posts.
Yeah.
She
looks good, too.
Yeah, she does.
All right. In my, let's see. This is my bag, sweater size sea turtle bag. This one here is my Joe's Wrap from an author's friend pattern by Melissa Shashwari. I'm sorry, Melissa.
Shashwari.
And this was gifted to me by Vonnie. And I only did a row on this, but I did do a row. you know, just a knit row. So I'm going to be doing the pattern row next time. I have to do this in stages because if you were watching last week, the next set has a pattern that, because of what the stitch is, the second part of the stitch is very tight to get on my needles, and my hands don't like it. So I generally only do that row or half a row of that, and then I stop. If I've got a couple of knit rows, like if I have a couple of knit rows in a row, I'll do those, and then I might or might not do this one. Or if I have just the knit row and then this one, I might do those together. But if I have this one next up, like I do, I'll probably only do one at the sitting.
What size needles again?
These are, they're supposed to be size 13. I think I'm using 11s. Let me see. Unless I found the 13.
It says on your needle. Probably on this one. The one that's not close to me.
It says US 13s. I found, oh yeah, no, that's right. I am using 13s. Because 11s are, 11s
yeah, 13.
11s are what they add.
I was going to say, it looked a little small. I mean, a little big for 11s.
11s is what the ball band asked for, but she uses 13 in the pattern. And this is an acrylic yarn, so in order to get the drape, I decided to go ahead and use the 13 as well. So I'm liking this. This is Knit Pick Bravo Bulky that Ty let me have for this.
Because I had no idea what I was going to do.
We raid each other's stash.
Because Erica Schmerica had posted. Well, we always raid each other's stash, but Erica Schmerica had posted something on Instagram celebrating a full year without impulsively purchasing yarn. I asked her. She'd been keeping track of her non-yarn buying days via an app. And I was like, well, I want that app. What app is that? And it's called How Many Days?
For impulsive buying.
For impulsive buying. So if I buy with a purpose, like I want it for this project that I'm going to start, that I have the pattern for.
Or if it's a gift or something, yeah.
Right. Well, it depends if it's impulsively a gift. Or if it's just, like what happens a lot of times when I buy for Davina, it's, oh, I really like that yarn. I want to knit that. Right. Oh, I'll just make something for a hat for Davina out of it at some point. And there's no immediate plan to start the project. It's just, I want that yarn and can't say no to it, and Davina's a convenient excuse.
And the only yarns I don't count in that are yarns that go in my shop. You know,
yes.
I don't count that. So
it has been 72 days since I impulsively purchased yarn. And we use each other's stashes to help us
control our
impulses. And of course, as soon as I got this app, people started posting really pretty yarn on Instagram. But
it's called temptation.
It is called temptation.
Okay, but it's not a sin unless you give into it.
No, it's not.
Okay. All right.
So sorry, itch. Hey, I have to talk about the project.
Oh, well, go ahead.
Because I have two. How many do you have?
Yeah, I only have one.
Okay.
No, I have two. Yeah, I have two. That's right, because I have one at the end because I had 8.
So, in my Silver Shed USA Kitties in the News bag, one of my oldest bags, one of my oldest Silver Shed bags. Actually, this is my oldest Silver Shed bag.
I gave that to you.
You did. It was the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Yes. We love Anne immensely.
Yes, we do. So, this is my On the Forest Floor Spanish Lady shawl. And it's using Miss Babs Yowzawood skein. The colorways are Obsidian, Pewter, and Vlad's.
Very nice.
So I am so close to done, you guys.
What size, what weight yarn are you using for this?
This is Yowza.
It is Yowza, okay.
Yeah.
DK worsted.
So, I'm about to do the little loopy lace, big lace area at the bottom. I mean, that's literally my next row. I'm done with the gray. So the gray is completely finished in this project. I only have black and red left. So if I work on this, I could have this finished for next podcast.
Very nice.
In which case, Mom's shawl would love it because then these needles would move to her shawl.
Size 7s?
Yes.
Oh, that's where my 7 big ones are.
Your 7 big ones are?
My size 7, like this. They're in my forest floor.
Yeah. Well, I have 3 of them going, which is why all my size 7s were eaten. But
That's pretty.
This is so close to done, and I'm really looking forward to having it because I do wear this color combination a lot. And it'll go really beautifully with my Ann sweater when I finish it.
Sure. Very pretty. Okay, my next one you haven't seen. This is in my Ploverbird Sheepy bag. And this is the Spirit Cowl from the Enlightenment Cowl pattern by Susan E. Kennedy. And I'm using a PQ hook and Lion Brand Mandela in Spirit colorway.
It's not a P or a Q, it's a PQ?
Well, that's what came up when I tried to put P.
Oh, okay.
This, now,
What's the millimeter?
I don't know. Let me find my hook.
Let me read. 11.5 millimeters.
Yeah, this is P, right?
Yeah, P16, 11.5 millimeters.
So this is the hook. This called for a much bigger hook. It called for an S hook. I could not get past the chain. It was so fiddly. It was these big, huge loops that I couldn't deal with it. So
You couldn't even.
I couldn't even. I just couldn't. This is the yarn I'm using. Mandela. I'm using the yarn and this is what I've got so far. I made a lot of progress on this. I just sat down one day and did it. And the thing, and you can see this little jog here, that's because I did not start it in the round. I'm going to seam it. I just did a couple of rows that were flat, and I'm just going to seam it.
You could have done a, what is it, where, not George, the other guy that we, plus, what's his name?
Oh, you're talking about, the guys. Shannon.
Shannon.
Yeah.
Yeah. He used to do his designs with the foundation single crochet.
I don't like foundation
I
single
like
crochet.
foundation
I
single
have to
crochet.
figure out how to do it again. But in any event, this is where I'm at.
But I think of his patterns when I think of
Right.
foundation single crochet because that's when I learned foundation single
And
crochet.
I did for his as well. I just don't like it.
And I really like it because I hate chaining and then trying to
Find the stuff. And I may try it again, especially especially with a bigger hook. But anyway, this is a lot smaller than it should be because I'm using a smaller hook. So what I've notated to myself in my notes, because this is not a hard pattern, I really like it. And it's very simple despite the look of it. What I would do is maybe chain an extra 50 or 75 so it's longer. But this one is still, let's see if I can get it on here without getting caught on my bobby pins. It's still nice. It's still nice. I mean, I'm not done. I'm about a third of the way through, but it's lightweight, and I just like it. It might go on the table, but it might stay here with me, or it might be given as a gift. And it's a nice kind of meditative. You don't think about it. I just have to pay attention to where my start is, so I know where I'm at. And it's just very enjoyable. The other thing about the S hook that I noticed was apparently if the hook is too small or the hook is too big, it hurts my hands. And that Q or that S, I couldn't find a place to hold the hook where it felt comfortable because getting the loop around the head of the hook and then holding it so the stitches was, you know what I'm saying? It was very difficult to be comfortable with the holding of it. But this is fun. I enjoy it. And I probably just confused everybody, but that's okay.
Yeah, I stopped listening actually.
I know you did. You never listen.
There's very unfair and judgmental.
I love my little snowy owl. He listens to me even when you don't.
What did you name your snowy owl?
I don't know. I have to look. It might be Hedwig. I don't know. Go, Ty, it's your turn.
I'm commiserating with your owl that you don't remember his name.
Might even be a her.
I think it was a her. Okay, so this is... I should start this after Mom started hers, but...
She's going to be further, though, because she had more time.
Yeah. Yesterday, Kay released her... Or actually, I think it might have been the day before. Yesterday or the day before. Kay released her new pattern. And that's KF Jones of Bakery Bears fame. Because we can't go a podcast without mentioning her either.
No. There we go.
So this is her Dobbin wood.
So pretty.
And it's a Rana. And I went through stash because that's what we do. And I went shopping through my yarn, and I had enough Yowza to create a dobbin wood.
Because this is a DK weight.
This is a DK weight. So I am using, for the main color, yes, I just blew out the camera. This is Yowza in the colorway Zing. Then for the dark lace, it's not skeined up yet, but this is Obsidian. And then for the light lace, I'm using a bear skein. And I'm calling it the TARDIS Traveler.
Cool.
Rana. Actually, I'm just calling it the TARDIS Traveler.
Yeah.
TARDIS Traveler Wrap. That's what I'm calling it. TARDIS Traveler Wrap. Because those are totally TARDIS colors. And it's nice and dramatic, which is totally my speed.
Mm-hmm. It's very pretty. And that's one that might walk away from her.
No, it's never walking away. If I see her stealing it, I'll beat her with it.
Oh, that will hurt so much.
I'll beat her with the Rana. So, Mom and I actually sat there. I wasn't late for work, but I thought it was gonna be a close thing. Just going through our respective stashes.
Right.
To find the yarns we needed. Now, all mine happened to be in my stash, but...
Now, mine, what was not in my stash was in her stash. She only had to give me one skein.
Yeah, and it was leftovers from a previous...
project.
A previous On the Forest Floor.
Now, this is going to have to change bags. I just had to put it in a bag.
Yeah, this is in my... Oh! Ha! I didn't even notice!
That's fun.
My TARDIS Traveler is in my TARDIS Bigger on the inside bag.
It's have to stay there, yeah.
It's going to have to stay here. How did I not notice that when I was putting it in there?
I don't know. In my Star Wars symbols bag, this is Silver Shed USA, I think it's a large, extra large bag, is my Dobbin Wood shawl. And the colors I'm using for this, okay, the color, this is the main color. This is Inkwell. Mm-hmm. And this is the one that Talia gave me an extra skein because I only had one. And then...
No, I gave you two.
I had one already.
I gave you two different skeins. Because I gave you...
Oh, right.
This had been... I was going to knit a sweater out of this. Allison, grab your tea, rock yourself a little bit. It's going to be okay. Take your deep, soothing breaths.
Yes. Keep calm.
Keep calm. Keep knitting. So... This is the ill-fated sweater by Tin Can Knits that I even forget the name of the sweater now. It had a lovely lace pattern across here. I chose the wrong size for anyone in this house.
Anyone.
Except Davina. Davina could have worn it, but she wasn't really in love with the color. So I was making it for either Mom or I. And then when I realized I planned very poorly, I didn't realize that until I was working on the second sleeve.
Mm-hmm. It was all done.
It was basically done. When I found out that Davina wasn't fully in love with the sweater, I ripped the whole thing back.
I thought Allison was going to have a cow.
I thought Allison was going to kill me. So, it's experiencing a second life. Are you still okay over there, Allison? It's going to be okay.
Breathe. Yes.
So, take your deep, calming breaths.
I had this one already in my stash, and then Talia gave me another one.
Yes.
So this is the main color.
I think this is the one from the sweater.
Yeah, because that one you gave me, I didn't have that one. I had this one.
Okay, well maybe... Oh, you're right. Maybe that was the one from the sweater. Okay, I see.
Now this one is Zing.
Actually, Mom, I think I gave you this one too for a different project.
You did.
So these are both from the sweater.
But this was in my stash already.
Yes, but they both came from the sweater at some point.
And this is Zing, okay? Yes. And I'm not sure if the Zing that you have wasn't originally mine, because I gave you some Zing.
You did give me some Zing.
This is Zing, and I have that.
The Zing that's skeined up that I'm using right now is originally yours. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't because you used it for something. It was one of those things you had it. I wanted it for a shawl. You gave it to me. I worked the shawl. I ripped the shawl out.
Mm-hmm. We never can tell where it is originally. This is Chirp, and this is from Talia.
Yes, and that is from the leftovers.
So this is what you're going to see
These are very
mine.
mom.
And I haven't quite decided the name yet.
Isn't that so mom?
It's just so pretty. Let me put this back, and I'll show you my progress. I did make a lot of progress.
It matches your bag.
Yes, it does, but it's not going to be able to stay
No,
in
it's not
here.
going to be able to stay in there.
Because it's just...
It's too big.
It's too big. Let's see here. Let me just put this in here for a second. Put the chirp back in here. And I only did the cast on and a row because it was date night last night, and this stitch is not, while it's not a difficult stitch, it does take a little concentration for me to make sure I'm doing the right thing, and people kept talking to me. So I'm not sure if I got it completely right on this first row, but I don't think it's going to make a big difference at the moment. Let me just get this. And I did the long tail cast on this. I think I'm going to have to shorten it a little bit because it's one of those tails where I know me, I'm going to knit this in.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
Trim your tail.
Trim that tail. But this is the beginning. And you know, it doesn't look like much yet, but there it is. Ty and I wanted to do it together because there are some parts in the construction that I might need her to walk me through if I can't figure it out on my own. And there have been, and I need to get another pair. These are 8s because I couldn't find 7s, but I need to get another size 8s because I love Child Goose, but I do not like the bend. So I will have to get another size 8 to do this. And this will be fun. I'm looking forward to moving along on this because apparently this is the time to start everything, even though I have a gazillion things that need to be finished.
And apparently it's not the time to start small things.
No, it has to be big things.
It has to be the big
I blame Kay. I blame Kay, and I blame
Kay.
Vonnie.
I do blame Kay.
I wish I had a pair of scissors to cut this with.
I have a pair of scissors. Hold on.
I think maybe...
It's in this bag.
Maybe about... Let me see.
You want to have enough to weave in your end.
About this much?
Yeah, I think that'll be sufficient.
Right there. There we go. Because I've done it. I knit the darn tail into the end. So.
I usually only do it at the beginning if I'm going to do it.
Oh, I do too, but I'm still at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because after that, I would like to know, well, I don't want to say anything because of the paid-for pattern, but I'm going to have to ask Kay another question.
Well, Kay's very available.
She is. I just never know where to contact her. I did the last one on Instagram.
I usually find that's the best place to get a hold of.
But it wouldn't let me do the message on you know, where you see all the comments and then you can like heart and put reply and all that. It wouldn't let me put a message in there. It said the message was terminated or something. So I couldn't get into it. So and my phone right now is doing something really weird where I can't see where I'm typing. So I don't know if I made a mistake. Like my first message to Kay has this really weird thing for her name. And I promise, Kay, I do know how to spell your name. It's just that the darn phone with its autocorrect and everything, or if you press the wrong thing, you can't see to correct it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why if you see messages from me, I'm really not quite that inept. It's just that I can't see what I'm typing for whatever reason. Okay.
Although I think she also checks her Ravelry messages because it goes to your email.
Yeah, I don't know. She says it takes her longer to get to Ravelry though.
Okay.
At least that's I usually get a hold of her on Facebook or on Etsy.
Right.
Because Etsy is like, okay, I might have a sale or something, so I know she's going to go there. The Dobbinwood pattern is also a stash enhancement for both of us.
Yes,
so,
it is.
Okay, because it's brand new. Okay. What's next?
And I was project number 7, and you were project number 8.
Oh, was I? Because I didn't put it in right away because I was trying to talk to my husband in the kitchen while I was starting it, and then he wanted to have a date night and all that kind of stuff, so I didn't get back to my computer to put it on until after the movie, and she'd already put hers in. So we started at the same time.
I wanted to be an early number.
Yeah, I'm glad. Before double digits.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think the others might have been testers.
I think you're right. Right. So that's that.
And I think she said that Sarah, who normally does all testing for her, didn't know about this one because she wanted to surprise her for once.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm watching the November pop.
Oh, okay. I bet she gifted it to her. Okay.
Where is my...
No FOs?
No foes.
No foes. And no frogged this time around. All right, let's see here.
Oh, fiddly.
Royalties. Well, you've got the most on that because of your birthday, so I'm just going to go ahead and do mine.
Okay, because I'm also looking for my needle.
All right. I forgot to put the pattern back with this.
Where's my needle thing go? Did you take my needle thing by accident?
What needle thing?
It was orange.
I don't think so. I've got a red one in here, but I don't have an orange one.
Oh.
I don't know. Here, no.
It went bye-bye.
I don't know where it went.
Sad day.
Well, if I find it, I'll give it to you. Okay.
I keep losing those things.
I do too. It's really frustrating.
It's really annoying.
I think the couch eats them.
Well, I put it on my table to prevent the couch from eating it.
Oh, the table was hungry too. Okay. Let me get into my stash enhancements because Talia's going to have more. We already talked about the lovely acquisitions that we got from Christina for the giveaways. So we're really happy about those. We're grateful for those. Plum Deluxe tea. Okay. I ordered from them, and I got raspberry cocoa truffle, which is a Valentine's tea. I haven't done this yet, so I didn't want to taste it until we, And then I got some more gingerbread Thai tea because that was going away.
Gingerbread Thai tea?
Gingerbread Thai tea. And where is the one? I had a vanilla cream that I actually had. It was a sample, and I was keeping it so I could put it down.
Didn't you put it back in your thing?
I did, but I don't know where it went.
So that's what I saw. I saw you do it.
I don't know where it went. It was some kind of vanilla cream, and it was really, really good. And I need to find it because I want to order it again. It has to be vanilla cream. Oh, here it is. It's vanilla cream herbal tea. No caffeine. So, that's what I got from Plum Deluxe. And then I picked up this. Loom Knit Samplers. And I'm excited. Beth and I think Renee, Mom Cook, round and round I go, and Mom Cook, they were saying that I should try mosaic on the loom. They said it would be easy. Mosaic, and Mom Cook said brioche too. I have to check that out and see. I never thought about doing something like that, so that could be fun. They're trying to very gently push me out of my comfort zone of just doing garter stitch hats. So, I've been trying to find a way to do flat. I have to look up a YouTube. That's one of the reasons I got this, hoping that they would show me how to do flat, how to do the turn for the flat knits.
I just can't find my needle.
So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, I think that's all I have for stash enhancements.
So for my stash enhancements, I keep desperately searching for my needle minder wire. Ha ha! This shawl stole it. That belongs to this shawl. This belongs to the Ann sweater. This belongs to Dobbinwood.
No, I'm finding things all over the place. I need to take the sweater off. I'm getting hot.
Hi, hot. I'm Talia.
We're supposed to get ice and sleet and nasty stuff this weekend.
I wanted snow.
Well, you wanted to stay home this weekend. We're going to stay home probably.
Well, I wanted snow regardless.
We have to decide where we're going to go eat today if we're going to go eat.
I think we'd starve today.
I'm not starving.
So, Plum Deluxe. I got a bunch of dessert teas. So my small package is not a dessert tea. This is Contemplative Blend Guayusa tea.
Guayusa? 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 I don't know.
I doubt it's Guayusa.
Maybe ran out of space.
Feel peaceful yet inspired. It's Guayusa tea, green Rubios, orange peel, apricots, mango pieces, calendula, lemon orange essence, has caffeine. So little bitty.
Those are fun. You just dump it in the infuser.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't like it, you don't have to get it again. Okay, now this one I actually didn't buy. Mom gave it to me. because apparently I gave it to her at one point. This is chocolate mint dessert tea. This is one of the old Plum Deluxe bags with the old symbol. And it's refreshingly delicious without the calories. All organic Rubio's tea, ginger, cardamom, dark chocolate bits, cocoa nibs, peppermint, natural flavor essence, love and gratitude, no caffeine. Then you saw the vanilla sugar cookie dessert tea.
That was really good.
Yes. And I had yesterday the coconut macaron dessert tea.
I haven't tasted mine yet. It's still waiting for me to taste it.
This is an oldie but goodie. Indulge in a fresh chick flavor. Just relax. And it's got black tea, honeybush tea, Rubio's tea, coconut pieces, natural almond essence, love, gratitude, has caffeine.
I guess we have to make sure when we do Plum Deluxe teas that they don't, not only whether it's caffeine or non-caffeine, but if they have any allergies, especially to nuts.
Yeah.
Because they do a lot of nuts.
This is one of my favorites. And they had a deal at that time where you can get a discount if you buy 3 of the same. So I picked up 3 of the chocolate hazelnut dessert tea because this is another oldie goodie.
Love that.
But I've always liked things with hazelnut in it. When I did drink coffee, I would like a chocolate hazelnut coffee. Dad used to call it my frou-frou.
Yeah, she also used to have the hot chocolate with hazelnut in it.
Yes. So this perfect flavor combo makes a rich, delightful cuppa. And it's got honeybush tea, cocoa nibs, hazelnut pieces, hazelnut essence, love and gratitude. No caffeine.
And that is an absolutely excellent tea. I have that as well.
I have 2 of them at home, and I have 1 at work.
I couldn't justify getting 3. I think I got 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I actually like that.
Well, I had a couple of coupons to use as well.
Yeah.
Then, referencing the candy, one of my coworkers, I've been there October through November.
2 or 3 months.
December, January. So I'm going on 3 months. Wait, no, 4 months. October, November, December, January. Oh.
3 months.
3 months. Okay.
Because you started October.
Yeah, October 1st.
Yeah.
So, but the pharmacy representative...
No, you're right. All of October, all of November, all of December, and middle of January. You're going on 4 months.
I'm going on 4 months. Okay, I thought that math seemed off. Okay, so the pharmacy tech...
she's a doll.
Pharmacy representative there. Absolute sweetheart. She said she wanted to pick up cake, and then she's like, she can't eat a whole cake by herself. So she picked up for me the Godiva limited edition birthday cake truffles.
And they are sweeter than
They're
sweet.
really good.
They're awesome.
And she always keeps her candy jar in her office full and takes requests. And I'll try things that I might not have been willing to pick up myself, and then I'm surprised, oh, this is a good candy. I went on a whole week where I didn't touch a single candy in her office. I was so proud of myself. And then after Christmas, I fell down.
She went boom.
I went boom. And Sammy and I kept talking about how addictive this one is. Surprisingly addictive. It's Hershey's Gold, peanuts, and pretzels. And it's caramelized cream. This is surprisingly good and addictive. So she picked me up a big size bar.
We can just eat a square at a time.
Exactly.
They even have the little... If you look at this, it's like baking chocolate, where it's got the squares, but then there's a break in the square, so you can have a half a square.
Yeah.
And not have to, demolish the bar.
Right, and the ones she has in her office, they're wrapped the little square.
Oh, the singles.
The singles, yeah.
That's cool.
And then her 3-year-old, almost 4-year-old, helped her pick out these. They're fun socks.
It's a sloth. Look at this. I love sloths.
She said she thinks her daughter picked out the ones she wanted for herself.
Little koalas too. They're cute.
And little koalas. And then little sheep.
They're cute.
So they're really cute. Oh, and it's got one black sheep.
Like your hat.
No, my hat doesn't have black sheep.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Something has a black sheep. Maybe it's your bag.
I thought about doing a black sheep on it, but then I would have had to carry a third yarn in the colorwork row, and I didn't feel like
I think it was your bag that has a black sheep.
I don't have a sheep bag that has a black sheep.
Mine has a black sheep.
Well, maybe that's what you're thinking
No,
of.
I'm thinking of something else that you have as well. I don't know what it was, but mine has black sheep as well.
So, that was really, really sweet of her. And
there.
oh, and
He fell down and went boom.
he did fall down, go boom. And he made him fall down, go boom.
This is adorable. It makes me happy.
So Brittany B-Wing gave me the tea time slouch, and they do have a chart that if you want to just do coffee,
Ugh.
but I would do the tea, and that's what it looks like. It's got teapots pouring into
Love it.
teacups.
Love it, love it, love it.
I think the coffee is just a chart that leaves out the teapots. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
And then Mom got me 2 patterns.
I got you 3 patterns.
Oh, yes, you did. Wait, where's the one that Blair got me? It's not here. It didn't print. Okay, I'll have to pull up the one Blair got me on my phone. If Ravelry will work. Let me see if I can get Ravelry to work. Because notebook, library. Because I hit print on it, I thought, but I guess it didn't print. So I was like, I'm all prepared. I have my first pages and my new patterns and everything. Ah, there it is. So Blair got me the Amstel Shrug, which apparently can be worn upside down or whatever way. It's got cables on it.
Oh, I've heard of that, yeah.
It's a really cute.
I've seen that, actually. Wasn't that in your queue?
I think it might have been.
Because I think I sent it to you to look at.
So
That's a nice one for her to give you.
it is. And also, since I have a lot of temperature fluctuations, that could be very useful.
I think this one that I'm doing that Vonnie gave me would be good for you, too, because you make it as a stole, and then you can put buttons in to make the sleeves for a shrug, and you can either wear it as a shawl, or you can button it, and it can be more like a little shrug.
Then Mom got me the Mariana hooded caplets. I think I was looking a lot into ponchos at that time period. I know why. I was still working night shift, and I was trying to find something, because I tended to sit around the house with my hood pulled up. And I still do that if I'm relaxed and I'm not too hot. So, you can't see it very well, but thank you, Mom. And then this one's cute. I think I saw this one on Instagram. This one is adorable, little baby bottom. And it's fingering weight yarn, which is really a good thing to use for fingering. Petty knit, little sister's romper.
Petite knits.
So,
Petty knits means like they're petty.
well, petty peas.
Yes, but that's different.
Mom calls the petite peas petty peas.
They are petty peas.
She always has, and it's always been very weird. This one is really pretty. So, this is Wildflower. It's a stranded caplet work in the style of Fair Isle knitting. You can't even see the full beauty of it. It uses like 7 colors. DK weight yarn.
Awesome.
So very, very pretty.
And did you see the birthday wishes on the thread?
No, I did not. Because
Vonnie is awesome, and she opened up not Vonnie, Valeria. Vonnie is
Vonnie
awesome.
is awesome.
But Valeria,
you just said Vonnie wasn't awesome.
Valeria opened the thread for her birthday.
Thank you, Valeria. Yeah, I really just went long enough to...
We love Vonnie, too.
Bunny. Well, everyone's putting bunny... by everyone, I mean you. All the bunny pictures of you, Mom. Just a bunny with a birthday cupcake. And I'm having birthday
It's a
cupcakes.
lop-eared bunny.
Yes.
But look at this one. This one.
Oh no, another gray hair. Oh. So, very awesome. Thank you guys. Oopsie. It was a bunny.
Okay, anything else?
No, I do believe that'd be it. I'm gonna have another sip of my tea.
Etsy shop, no real news. I was hoping to get some yarn dyed this week. I didn't. We were busy with appointments and things like that, and yesterday we had a full half day almost in the church in the morning, so, and then the day before that was Bible study and commissary, and the day before that was dentist, so it was like, Mike was home Monday, I think it was, so it was not really conducive to getting any yarn
I had a
done.
half day Monday.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to get some yarn dyed in the next week or so. I do thank the people who bought yarn for my shop this past week, and congratulations, Sue, for winning a skein. That's exciting. And it's off. It's on its way to you.
My book is blue too.
Yes. So that's that. I finished my Patrick Carr book. I have not picked up another fantasy book yet. I'm trying to figure out what it is I want to read next. I might go back to the Star Wars. I feel kind of like I'm unfinished still with Patrick Carr. Like I need to go back and keep looking at the ending because I feel like I missed something.
Mm-hmm. I think you should go back to Star Wars.
Yeah, I probably will eventually. But there are a lot of books I want to be reading. Lent is coming up, so I have to think about what I'm going to be picking up for that. And I'm reading.
And it's not coming up really soon. It's not till March.
Yeah, I know, but my reading time is limited.
Mm-hmm.
I am reading a book by Fulton Sheen, Bishop Fulton Sheen.
Well, you start one of the Star Wars ones that aren't the trilogy. You start Scoundrels or...
Right, but I still would have to put it down in the middle. So it's just, I'll figure it out for my reading. I love to read. I read fairly quickly when I can just sit down and read. But the book I'm reading for Fulton Sheen, I'm on a Catholic book club on Goodreads. And so we're kind of going through it. And I started a week late, so I'm kind of behind. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, there's another person who's late as well. But I think now I'm just not taking notes so much as I'm reading and highlighting, and so hopefully when they're done, I'll be done as well. And then if they pick a book that I want to read, I'll read that one. If they don't, I've got another one in the works that I want to read, and then I'll pick out my other book. So let's see here. Knitting ephemera, unless you have anything else to say.
Nope, I don't have anything else.
I don't remember if I thanked Deborah or not. I know I thanked her last week, but I have here still to thank her for something. Deborah, who is Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal podcast, and I know it's for the shout out for our podcast and longs. I think that was last week, but in case I forgot, thank you again, Deborah, and I will make sure that I highlight this one out so I know not to repeat it again unless she says something again. But she was very sweet to mention us. Okay, knitting ephemera, because we missed it last week, I think.
I can't recall. No, we didn't.
Okay, so it was just...
We just had to finish a section.
Yeah, because I couldn't remember...
Because you stopped at a really good section.
I didn't know if there was a week between it.
Because I picked the thing.
Okay, this knitting ephemera book has gotten a lot of use from us. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Laura Smoot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, we're talking about iconic sweaters in pop culture. Okay, we stopped with the dude sweater from The Big Lebowski. It abides. I don't know what that means. Okay, Charlie Brown sweater is inspired many homages. One as recently as 2013 by Michael Bastian. While the simple zigzag is forever associated with Charlie Brown, he doesn't wear the sweater in the very first comic. Stripes... Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. He doesn't wear that sweater in the very first comic strips where he was featured. Charlie began donning the sweater a few months after the first strips ran. I didn't realize that. I guess he just had a plain orange sweater.
Davina probably would know.
Yeah, Davina's a big Charlie Brown.
And she is getting them through the years.
Yeah, she's got the big, fat things.
Yeah.
So that's interesting that the Charlie Brown sweater wasn't originally with the zigzag.
Mm-hmm.
Scooby-Doo's Velma. Oh, yeah, her big...
Oh, yeah. That looks like it'd be so
comfortable, yeah. She always wears her orange tunic length turtleneck. I forgot that it was orange.
I remembered it was orange. I forgot it was tunic length.
I remember it was like, penguin sweaters. About once a year, the internet is filled. Oh yes, The internet is filled with posts begging knitters and crocheters to make sweaters for penguins affected by ocean oil spills. Most appeals cite the need to keep smaller penguins from ingesting oil when they groom themselves until they are strong enough to be cleaned. I didn't realize that. In 2001, a Tasmanian wildlife conservation group ran a drive to collect sweaters for penguins and was quickly overwhelmed by the number received. Since then, other groups have made appeals for penguin sweaters, but a number of wildlife experts stated that sweaters aren't particularly useful for oil-soaked penguins. Most sweaters knit for penguins will end up dressing toy penguins with the money raised for the sale of the toys to benefit the wildlife charities. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's helping the wildlife that they're set out to help, that's fine. Oh, yes. Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Okay. Are they sweaters or knit tops? Either way, the Muppet Pals are usually clad in their iconic stripes. Starsky's belted cardigan. I always used to love that.
I've never seen it.
It's a long sweater with a belt. I think it's white. Before there was The Big Lebowski, there was Starsky and Hutch, an American cop television show broadcast from 1975 to 1979. Absolutely loved that show growing up. The bulky belted cardigan known as the Starsky was originally worn by actor Paul Michael Glaser on the show, and it was reportedly based on a Mexican sweater pattern. I never realized that. Okay. And now this one I haven't seen because I don't do horror. The Kid from The Shining. His light blue sweater featured an Intarsia rocket ship with Apollo 11 embroidered on it. After filming was complete, the sweater was purchased by a crew member. She wanted it for her nephew. Oddly, the reference to Apollo 11 was interpreted by some conspiracy theorists as an admission by director Stanley Kubrick that he helped fake moon landing videos. Kubrick's assistant called the theory balderdash, noting that a friend of the costume designer knitted it since Kubrick wanted Danny to wear something handmade. Okay. So that's your knitting ephemera. Yeah. Did we do the Old English Sheepdog?
Yes, we did.
Okay. So that's that for the knitting ephemera. Okay. I think... Oh, we want to thank all the people who commented, both on Ravelry and on YouTube. I got some of the messages on Ravelry. I don't remember if I got all of them on YouTube or not. I think I did get to them, but I'm not sure. There was like an explosion on YouTube. So I think I got to them. I think it was this week that was the explosion. I can't remember that far back. But anyway.
The explosion of what?
Comments.
That was last week.
Okay. But there's a lot of comments this week as well, I believe. This past week.
I didn't respond this time.
So
because I'm a horrible
we are
person.
very, very grateful for all the people who responded on YouTube and on Ravelry. I got to as many as I could. And we always like to see that you're watching, that you enjoy. And it's fun to see the comments back and forth. So sometimes I don't have to respond because they're back and forth.
You're right. A lot of people were talking about pips this time.
Yeah, they were talking about pips this time. So after my responses, I just kind of read what they were doing and laughed because it was fun. We will be podcasting, I believe, next Saturday, which is the 26th. Oh my gosh, the 26th? Wow. Okay, the 26th of January. And so we hope that we'll see you there next week. We wish you a week full of knitting, crocheting, crafting, and every blessing and good things. And we hope to see you back here for the Fun in the Woman Cave next Saturday.
Cave?
Yes, this is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 340, and that's a wrap.
Bye.